देश में जो राजनीतिक हालात हैं उससे आप परिचित ही हैं। हेमंत सोरेन के बाद अरविंद केजरीवाल भी गिरफ्तार कर लिए गए। ईडी सीबीआई का जो इस्तेमाल हो रहा है इससे परिचित है। लेकिन खास बात यह है कि जितने भी नॉन बीजेपी रूल्ड स्टेट हैं वहाँ के गवर्नर्स की जो भूमिका है वो भी बहुत संदेहास्पद है और बहुत ही विवादित है। केरल में आरिफ मोहम्मद खान है, तमिलनाडु में रवि कुमार है, दिल्ली के एलजी का जो रोल है वो आप जानते ही हैं, पंजाब में जो हुआ सब जानते हैं। मामला सुप्रीम कोर्ट में पहुंचा और वहां पर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने तमिलनाडु के गवर्नर रवि कुमार को फटकार लगाई। उस गवर्नर का काम सिर्फ ये देखना है कि संविधान के हिसाब से काम हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा है। स्टेट गवर्नमेंट चीफ मिनिस्टर का काम है कि स्टेट कैसे चलेगा, कौन मिनिस्टर बनेगा, क्या पॉलिसीज बनेगी। लेकिन रवि कुमार लगातार अम्बेडकरनामा पे आप वीडियो देख चुके हैं, पहले भी उनकी भूमिका पे हम लोगों ने सवाल उठाई थी। लगातार स्टेट गवर्नमेंट तमिलनाडु सरकार के काम करने में अड़ंगा लगा रहे थे। सुप्रीम कोर्ट से फटकार लगी उनको और सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जो पैरवी कर रहे थे, जो आर्ग्यू कर रहे थे तमिलनाडु गवर्नमेंट की ओर से, वो थे पी विल्सन साहब। डीएमके की ओर से राज्यसभा के मेंबर हैं और सुप्रीम कोर्ट में प्रैक्टिस करते हैं। उनके कई भाषण आप अम्बेडकरनामा में सुन चुके हैं। आज हम लोग एयरपोर्ट जा रहे हैं, विल्सन साहब को चेन्नई जाना है, लेकिन समय का इस्तेमाल करते हुए मैं कैमरामैन बहुत महंगे हैं, सूरज मंडल साहब कैमरा पकड़े हुए हैं, तो हम लोग बातचीत करेंगे। पी विल्सन साहब हमारे साथ हैं और पूरा क्या कोर्ट में हुआ, क्या प्रोसीडिंग हुआ, व्हाट हैपेंड, व्हाट वर द इश्यूज, ये तमाम इश्यूज पे हम लोग बात करेंगे एयरपोर्ट पहुंचते। वेलकम सर।
वनकम सर, वनकम.
Sir, what happened yesterday in the court?
Yesterday, the Supreme Court came down heavily against the governor. The Honorable Chief Minister, he wanted one Mr. Ponmudi to be appointed as the Minister of Higher Education. So he wrote a letter to the governor, Honorable Governor, and said that, look, I have nominated him to be as a higher education minister. So please fix a date for swearing in ceremony. But the governor refused, saying that Mr. Ponmudi can't be appointed because there is a criminal case and therefore there is a constitutional morality in not appointing him. So we challenged that order before the Honorable Supreme Court, and Supreme Court yesterday, as I said earlier, came down heavily and said what for the governor is there in the state. What is the power of the governor to stop when once the chief minister has nominated an MLA to be appointed as a minister, and the power of the governor to choose the minister or assess the qualification of the minister. So when the Honorable Supreme Court was about to pass orders, the Attorney General said that he will advise the governor and he would get back, and accordingly the case was posted today. Today morning also the governor did not heed, but when the case was about to reach for a few minutes before, then only the government was informed that Mr. Ponmudi will be sworn by the governor at 3 p.m. This shows the defiance of the governor towards the constitution, towards the judgment of the Supreme Court, towards the well-settled law. And this governor has no regard, RN Ravi has no regard to any law. He is not. This is not the first time he is doing.
Yes, earlier also.
Yes, you are correct. Earlier, when one Mr. Sendil Balaji was there as a minister, in June 2023, he sent a communication saying that I am dismissing this minister. Even when the Honorable Chief Minister has not even requested for removal of this minister, the Governor Suyomoto sent a letter at 7 o'clock on that particular day, evening. Then in all media it broke. Everyone came down heavily. Around 11 o'clock, the same governor, he writes a letter to the Chief Minister saying that I have not consulted the Attorney General. The Home Ministry says to keep my letter in abeyance. So therefore, I am keeping my letter in abeyance. Don't act on it. And now the governor exceeds his constitutional limits and would say that I will not conduct a swearing in ceremony. of a minister nominated by the chief minister. So that shows how much of respect they have towards the constitution.
So one thing, did the governor give in writing that he will not swear in the minister?
He has sent a letter, communication.
Oh,
So that letter was placed before
Yes,
Honorable Supreme
I will
Court.
forward you that
Okay.
letter.
yes, send me the letter.
I'll send you the letter.
Sir, earlier also there was some, if I remember correctly, there were some cabinet decisions which was pending pending before the governor. So what happened to those decisions?
You are right. Governor, whatever the decisions taken by the cabinet and sent for his approval, he will normally not act on it immediately. So he has driven us to the court. We had in fact last year approached the Supreme Court when he kept about 10 or 15 bills pending even without giving any assent for years together. He had also not given approval or a sanction to prosecute the corrupt ministers in earlier regime, AIADMK regime. And he has also not approved the list of members of the Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission. Interestingly, even when the government wants to reduce the sentences of serving prisoners and giving remission to them, governor refused to sign these files. So that shows that the governor was locking horns with the government for no reasons at all. And his only intention was, to arm twist the government and see to that, the people doesn't have the benefit out of the decisions of the properly elected government.
So two comments. One is that this is exactly what they were trying to do with Delhi government, number one. Number
Punjab
two,
government also,
and
all non-BJP ruled government, the role of the governor is dubious. And Punjab का केस देख लीजिए.
one more question, sir. Isn't this unprecedented? You are a lawyer also in the Supreme Court. You know the Constitution very well. Isn't this unprecedented the way they are trying to humiliate the Chief Minister and also not adhere to the constitutional provisions?
See, their strategy appears to be same in all states where the BJP is not ruling. In non-ruled BJP states, they post governors of this mindset and see to that the governments are arm twisted and all the works are brought to standstill. So this is a uniform tactics they adopt in non-ruled BJP states.
So you are a major partner in the India alliance. If India is voted to power, will you do something of this kind when the governors try to bypass the constitutional provisions, or because you will be in power in center? So I hope such things won't be repeated.
See, our leader, Mr. M.K. Stalin himself, has said, what is a necessity to have the post of the governor? In fact, Perarringer Anna, the founder of DMK, he said, like, how the goat has a beard is unnecessary for a state. The post of the governor is unnecessary in every state. So this is all unwarranted, unnecessary post. It is a colonial hangover, no doubt. And it is only a strain on the exchequer and liability on the people's money. So these posts, high time, like you have a sheriff in major cities once upon a time. All the sheriff posts were abolished. Like that, I think the governor post, time has come that the governor post has to be abolished. And even in the election manifesto of DMK, they have clearly said all powers of the governor has to be removed.
So we have joined you from Election Commission of India, and there were lots of media over there. You were addressing them. What was it all about?
Today, the India Alliance have met the chief election commissioners and 2 election commissioners, and we have given a detailed representation. In that representation, we have pointed out 10 instances where the central agencies like the Enforcement Directorate, the CBI and the income tax department have been misused to harass the leaders of the opposition party, the political parties. And we have uniformly with a single voice have said that during this model code of conduct, that the three agencies at least should be in the control of the Election Commission of India. The reason is in every state they take over the law and order by appointing DG elections, Director General of Elections. So every state becomes functus officio during this election period, and law and order is dealt by the DG elections, who comes under the supervision of the Election Commission of India. Therefore, we draw a parallel with similar types of appointments, arrangements, and we have asked that three agencies, the Election Commission of India can take over the three agencies at least during the model code of conduct being in force. And we also pointed out that there was no necessity to conduct raids, arrest and searches unnecessarily. And we also informed that when it comes to a ruling party or the alliance with the ruling party, none of them have been allowed for these types of harassment, or there were any checks, or there were any arrest like this. So we told the Election Commission of India to stop all this harassment and allow the parties to go and meet the people, have a level playing field. And this actually shows that the ruling party, BJP party, is afraid of facing elections.
Thank you, sir. One question on Mr. Kejriwal, who is arrested as a lawyer. What do you have to say about it?
There was no necessity to arrest a person at all.
More so a chief minister.
Yes, there is no. That is what I say. This enforcement directorate, time has come that enforce this Prevention of Money Laundering Act has to be relooked. I would even go to the extent of saying repealing that Prevention of Money Laundering Act, because once it was brought for good purposes, but now it has been grossly misused and abused. So sir, time has come, we have to relook over this act.
Sir, क्या ऐसा लग रहा है कि जो ईडी है वो एक्स्ट्रा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी की तरह काम कर रहा है?
ED is now being used politically to settle the issues with the opposition leaders and political parties. They, act as a, extended party of BJP, and that is how they are targeting the opposition parties. So they show themselves to be an extra constitutional authority, and that is how they go behind all the political leaders. There was no necessity now for them to go and arrest Mr. Kejriwal, that too in a night. They have waited months together. What will happen after 5th of June? Will Kejriwal run away from this country? Or he's going to steal any documents which you have not unearthed by this time? So this shows their mentality. This shows the fear in the elections.
Thank you,
sir. Thank you, sir. तो पी विल्सन साहब थे, बता रहे थे कि इलेक्शन कमीशन के साथ इंडिया अलायंस की मीटिंग हुई है, और जिस तरीके से ईडी का इस्तेमाल कर रही है बीजेपी अपने पॉलिटिकल ओपोनेंट को सेटल करने के लिए, उसके खिलाफ इन्होंने एक प्रतिवेदन दिया है इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया में। और जो मूल बात थी, जो बेसिक बात थी कि जो रोल राष्ट्रपति का केंद्र में होता है वही रोल गवर्नर का स्टेट्स में होता है, और उनका काम है कि जो कैबिनेट के डिसीजंस हैं उनको अप्रूव करना। लेकिन जहाँ जहाँ नॉन बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट है वहाँ पर गवर्नर सरकार के कामकाज में बहुत अड़ंगा लगाते हैं, बहुत परेशान करते हैं। कल रवि कुमार को सुप्रीम कोर्ट के फटकार के बाद आज 3 बजे, आज डेट क्या है, आज 22 तारीख है, 3 बजे मिनिस्टर को शपथ वहाँ पर दिलाई गई है। सभी को अपने मर्यादा में, अपने लिमिट में काम करना चाहिए, इवन गवर्नर को भी। शुक्रिया, देखते रहिए अम्बेडकरनामा।